and welcome. My name is Abigail, and today I'm going to talk with Victoria, one of my dear friends and clients, about her journey with Vital Mind Reset. And if you're new to my channel, I am a postpartum doula, a holistic nurse, a health and wellness coach, and twerk teacher here to help you connect to your intuition and reclaim your light and your true self. So, welcome, Victoria.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. Um, it's such a pleasure. And I guess what I wanted to hear from you today is like what made you excited or intrigued by Vital Mind Reset and where you were in your health journey and just in your life when you first started.
So, one of the main reasons is just because you're my friend, and I was excited to work with you um, and to learn from you because you've done all of this study that is just so cool that how you bring it all together. Um, and I think you and some of our other friends had been talking about Kelly Brogan, and I know she's the founder of this program. So, I was just intrigued with what it really was, especially because I've been struggling or had been struggling at that time with like fatigue still, even though I had tried a bunch of different things, taking gluten out of my diet, that sort of thing. But there was still something that didn't feel quite right, but I couldn't pinpoint what it was. And it was pretty frustrating because I had left my 20-year career with the Navy, I think, what, 4 months before that. And I kind of imagined that, oh, once all that stress was gone, I'd magically feel like $1 million. So I was just, and it's felt like a place where it was more listening to what your body is telling you rather than trying to add things to fix it. Like the adding things to fix it hadn't been working for a long time. And so I just wanted to see where this would take us.
Yeah. And so Vital Mind Reset is a 44-day kind of container, and you're welcome to extend past, but it's really intense for that 44 days. And how did you find that kind of masculine container? How was that for you?
I think because it was only 44 days, it seemed short. Like it seemed doable. Because to me, like the other things that I've tried before, it was always like 90 days, so like 3 months. So 45 days, half the time. Um, I was like, oh, this easy. Yay.
Yeah, yeah. All about perspective.
Yeah. So that part of it, like the and like knowing when the end was, it wasn't open-ended, really helped also because you were like, okay, when you're struggling with something or something feels really hard, knowing when it's going to end really helps you like tough it out.
And do you feel like that, um, like what benefits or was anything surprising that came about because of having that really like strong container?
Um, typically my first reaction to anything new, especially with that's something a little difficult, is like frustration and resistance. And because it was in such a short container, I couldn't let myself sit in that resistance for too long because the time period is pretty short,
Hmm.
which was helpful for me. Um,
And now completing Vital Mind Reset and doing that 44-day experience, or I really see it as like an initiation because it is so intense or just like restrictive in some ways. Um, what is available to you now that you've completed it? Has anything shifted with your body or in your life or in your health?
so I think, and granted, we did this about like more than a year ago, or we were just wrapping up this time of year last year. So it's difficult for me to quite pinpoint when this happened, but I am pretty sure that by the end of it, I felt like my hormones were a lot more regulated, um, because I had been doing some hormone replacement therapy that I'm pretty sure I stopped before we started, but I didn't feel the lack of them by the end of it. So that was pretty amazing. And because you take everything out and the idea is that you're bringing the foods back in one at a time, it made it very, very clear. And now that I know what to listen for with my body, it's still clear. Like when I eat something that causes a problem. So it's like an almost instant feedback loop, which I don't think I was connected to. I know I wasn't connected to before. It had to be a really loud sort of reaction for me to acknowledge it. And now it's almost like I eat something 10 minutes later, I'm like, oh, that I probably shouldn't have eaten that.
But that's the choice. And so,
Yeah.
like, you can choose. And I just love that awareness about your body and that, like, I really believe that no one knows your body better than you. And so, yes, we need support for different times of our life, but that, like, there's no one who's an authority in your life. Like, you are in charge, and that's, I believe, in your health, in your wealth, in every aspect of your life. And I think a lot of the Western medical system and, working as a nurse for so long, we can sometimes give our power away to our providers, and then we are left feeling like we need to be saved or rescued, and you have all of that within you all
Yes,
along.
for sure. And I think that was probably the most profound thing was how quickly like your body tells you something if you've learned how to listen. And I think that was the thing with VMR is that it kind of takes all the other noise out of the picture so that you learn how to listen to what your body's trying to tell you.
I try to describe it as like a rite of passage or like a container in that, yes, we're eliminating foods, but we're doing that so there is less noise so that you can listen, and then you can connect to your body, and then your body knows that you're there and you're listening, and then that creates a sense of safety in the body. And I believe that when safety is felt, that's when healing happens. So whatever you're coming to VMR to heal or to, you know, let go of, it's not going to happen if you're constantly paying attention to all of the other noise in the world, but like taking that 44 days to really look inward and show up and care for yourself like you're a newborn baby and just treat your nervous system like a brand new nervous system, I think creates safety and then healing.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Thank you so much. And if anyone was on the fence or feels like VMR is not going to work for them or, is questioning doing this program, what would you say to them?
I would say that we are like surrounded with so much junk, like in our in the food system, that it is so difficult to try to really get yourself to like a clean eating, clean drinking place, like but without support. And it feels almost impossible if you're like thinking long term, like I need to change it and hold on to it forever. But having this container to try it for the 44 days makes it feel so much more manageable. And you're being held by Abigail, you as a coach, and in the group. So you don't feel alone. And if you've ever been interested in trying to eat whole food, to eat clean, this is an amazing way to do it so that when you get mad about the fact that you can't eat something, there's an entire group and a coach here to hold you accountable and hold your hand when you get really upset about something like.
Yeah. And then you can, if you choose, decide to look at what is beneath that. Like, why?
Yes. Why
Why?
am I so mad about
Yeah. What's that anger really about? Because I don't think it's about the matcha latte.
no.
Mhm. Well, thank you so much, Victoria. And um, this was just a beautiful conversation. And I hope that this serves the community. And if you have any questions, you can reach out to me. And thank you.
Thank you.